Hello and welcome to another Destiny podcast. A podcast reviewed and described by Asher Mir as so excessively average that it actually loops back around and becomes impressive. I am joined, as per usual, by my two co-hosts, Starlight and Cole. Oh, you guys have switched spots. That's interesting.
Cole's much better looking.
Yeah. Starlight and Cole are here. My name is Newt, by the way, but this week we have someone who's much more special and important than the rest of us. MrSweatyCasual is our guest this week. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here, guys. How's everybody else doing?
We're doing good. Oh, Jesus. I've already started fucking everything up.
God,
I'm just gonna casually, don't mind the cat or the webcams moving around on stream. I'm just gonna fix that.
Do we have to? Are we gonna get copyright struck for that?
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
There we go.
It's okay, dude. Twitch just mutes the VOD. Twitter and Facebook are the ones you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Twitch could not give any shits about anything.
They really couldn't, dude. My entire VOD earlier today was muted.
Was it actually?
Well, I was testing out new video settings, but yeah, they muted the whole thing, and it was instantaneous. That's all I got.
That's so funny.
Oh, fair enough. So, Sweaty, how's your week been, man?
Oh, it's been going good, man. Good. I was about to say we had some massive love bombs dropped on us earlier in the week in some streams, man, and we're able to get kicked off on a giveaway that we're doing over on Twitter, man. It's for a deluxe. I'll say that again, the deluxe edition of Beyond Light. So get you the Mac Daddy 1 man. It's for any platform. So even if you're a console person, which I mean, I'm sure we're gonna talk about consoles later. I'm not gonna completely rule them out right now. If you want it on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, whichever one, man. Once we get the winner, we'll get it coordinated. We'll get it bought for them. And yeah, doing 24 hours right now, man. So
yeah, that's nuts.
We're about 2.5 hours. One stream crash in, you know.
Oh no!
We were in your 24-hour stream. That's a privilege. Thanks, dude.
Oh yeah, man, for sure, dude. It worked out, man. Got a few hours of gaming in. Now we're gonna take a little break. They were getting rough, so we'll just talk about the game and then we'll go back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so sad though that it you don't get the 24-hour like check mark or whatever, the timer, because of the stream crash.
Yeah, so on stream it'll show it and everything like that. Sometimes with the summary, if you can get it up quick enough afterwards, it'll like just continue it on and you can get like the cumulative time. So
right,
we'll see if who knows. I was gonna end it at 9. Maybe I'll just get really hyped up and keep playing until the wee hours of the night.
Yeah, just keep going for it. Why not?
Exactly.
So Sweaty, what are you rocking? Are you doing like a dual like gaming and stream PC, or do you have like one for streaming, one for gaming?
So I have a single PC. My PC is not the best for doing both of them. I definitely need to upgrade the CPU in it. It's not bad. I have an i7-9700, but it's an F, so I can't overclock it or anything. It's the lock processor. Yeah. So that's the downside there. I do have a 2060 on the graphics card and everything like that. The NVIDIA EVGA, whatever. I don't know. It's got some letters on it. So I got 2060, so I mean it works out, man. I can use they have an encoder on that for my stream, so I'm able to use that. And yeah, I figured out the bit rates through some trial and error, got some settings, but you know it works, man. It works.
Cool. Nice. Sorry, Cole. We'll stop talking about PC stuff.
I was gonna say, so we'll just let Starlight and Sweaty just go for the rest of the podcast, and Cole and I will just head down to the pub. Yeah. And
speaking of like completely leaving out console gamers, like let's just immediately start off the podcast by asking Sweaty about his PC setup.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I still got the consoles. Still love them. They're in the living room.
Oh yeah,
they're collecting dust nowadays. But hey, I mean, I still got them.
I call the area behind me the graveyard because that's where all of my consoles go to down.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, I can kind of chime in now. As of like 2 hours ago, I bought half the parts I need for my PC.
Oh, really? Nice.
Starlight helped me out with that. Yeah, I got a motherboard, solid state drive, and processor, I think.
Yeah, that's all you need, really.
You also got memory. You got memory.
Yeah, I got memory.
You got 16 gigs.
How ironic that that's the one thing he forgot to mention.
Yeah,
funny. I do find it funny though how it's my PC, but Starlight knows so much more about it than I do.
Yeah,
he's the one who put it together for me.
Well, I put it all under my name under an order, and we get to the store, and the guys I'm just like, by the way, like we're gonna price match this NVMe drive, like this SSD. And he's just like, oh, how about instead you get the A2000? And I'm just like, no, because I'm going to price match it. And honestly, like, he's not going to be doing any massive file transfers. So, like, the NAND flash doesn't... I just started spewing random bullshit that even I didn't understand. And I was... God. But he was just like he kind of looked, he pondered, and he was like, "Yeah, no, you're right. Never mind. The SN 550 is going to do great for that." It's like, "Yeah, I know."
It was so funny. I was at the end of such a long day, and Starla goes, "Yeah, it's like it's got the naan, whatever." I go, "I'm hungry. I want Indian food." But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so that about does it for Starlight's PC podcast. Thanks for joining us this week. We're gonna be
Wait, what?
we're gonna be interrupting the TWAB again. Coming soon to a computer screen near you.
Hey, before we get into all that, hey, Cat420 has just followed. Thanks. That also reminds me, I need to thank BC Yeti, Call Me Cap, and Tea Time Tibbs. All over the past couple days have dropped follows. I always find it interesting when people follow us while we're offline. Oh, and Dino as well gets in there.
Oh shit! Hey,
Welcome,
awesome.
guys. I recognize those names from somewhere. Jeez, it's really struggling to come to mind
Big
though.
shout out to the sweaty community
Yeah.
coming through, guys. I appreciate you, man.
Amazing. Yeah, y'all are real homies.
Sorry.
Like Sweaty, I was in one of your streams. I think that was the coffee and wine night. Actually, God, I regretted that so much. But like I think that was the night I was in your stream where it was just the gigantic love dump with everyone. I think Amaze was in there as well.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Starting off his freestyle, it was just such a good night. And
You know what's even? He actually, I hopped into one of his streams one night. I rated him, and then he actually threw me into a verse.
Oh, actually? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fucking cool. Yo. Well, it's just like it's why I love watching your
some
streams because there's so much love being passed around, and it's always a good time. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that was nuts, dude. He went, and then like I was watching the other day, dude. He had one that was like 6 or 7 minutes straight. He didn't like miss a beat.
Really? That's
Yeah, he's
That guy-
insane, man.
That guy's a machine. So shout out to Amaze if he ever watches.
Yeah. So just a couple questions before we start going over our weeks, I suppose. I was curious, Sweaty, because I don't actually know this. When did you start playing Destiny?
All right, so dude, I started on console. I didn't actually get my PC until around about the time Shadowkeep dropped.
Oh,
I think I got my PC
That's-
maybe like 2 weeks after that.
That's what I got my PC too. That's weird.
Oh, nice, man. So yeah, I picked up, but I had Destiny 1. Still remember the beta, dude, running through and killing God, it was Sepix, right? When it's Sepix, the giant, the giant servitor, dude. I remember running that strike in the Cosmodrome over and over and over again with my
Coming
boys.
back.
I was around for OG Loot Cave. I
Right.
was around for the death of the OG Loot Cave, and I was around before material buying was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you go sit on Mars for like fucking an hour with your sniper scope so you can spot where the materials spawn in faster?
Yep, you memorize the loop around, where the chest spawn, where the materials spawn. Like, I remember doing that for hours on end with some buddies. So, yeah, I started off on D1 in the console back in those days. I fell off after Rise of Iron came out. Just my buddies switched to COD. Some people went to college and stopped playing. So, like, the group just kind of, like, went separate ways.
Yeah.
We picked up D2 when it first dropped. We all played it for a little bit. We got to Leviathan. We beat the raid. And then after that, honestly, we all were just kind of like, it's the same old thing we've been doing. There's nothing different. Like, we just got real disappointed with it. And then, picked it back up with the PC. And honestly, I don't know if it's maybe just being on PC or just having like a really solid group of people that play a lot. But yeah, I've just been like hitting it ever since. Super hard.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, man.
Well, you're in the middle of a 24-hour stream of Destiny too, so I think you're.
Yeah, I did 36 hours when Season of Arrivals dropped. I did a 36-hour stream.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good up until hour 30, and then the last 6, it was just like pure misery and just like, all right, come on, we can make it.
And then so I think pretty much everybody who's in the stream right now knows this question, but for anybody on Spotify who has never met you before, what is your class main and like your preferred like a subclass and like certain weapons maybe that you prefer and stuff like that?
My boy.
All right. Oh man, if you guys watched it, I know you guys are familiar with this, man. I am a Titan main. I have mained the Titan since D1. For whatever reason, it has just been. In D1, I had all 3 characters. I kept them all up and everything, and I played them all.
Yeah.
But Titan was always just the one I gravitated towards the most. And then when I got into D2, I just stuck with Titan. I made a hunter maybe like 2 to 3 months ago. I finally caved and made a second character. I do not have a warlock, and I play my hunter maybe once a week, if that, for the pinnacles.
Dude,
Right.
I'm actually in the exact same boat there. I played, yeah, like I played no, God, not Hunter. God, no. Titan way back in D1, and then yeah, I've got a Hunter that I check out every once in a while. I just basically he's my aesthetically pleasing character. So I dump a bunch of high level gear on him, crank all this good stuff up, and then just keep him looking fresh. But yeah, glad to see we've got another Titan main in the chat. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was starting to get a little uneven with the,
Yeah.
the 2-to-1, the 2-to-1 Titans v Hunter.
We really had to crush it with a
Yeah,
decisive victory.
you know,
Yeah.
There's not enough crayons to go around.
Yeah, you guys are getting hungry now.
We are, man. We ate them all up during Guardian games. Now we're famished again.
Oh, the throwback to Guardian games.
A million crayons is not enough to appease our hunger.
That's pretty good. I like that. I gotta remember that one.
So Titan, any specific tree that you like prefer maining, or is it more like depending on what like situation you're in?
For me, it's really one of two. So for most everything in PvE, I tend to run top tree void, which is obviously the bubble. You get the shield, you get weapons of light, you get to protect your teammates. Especially now with oppressive darkness being around, it's just
yeah.
it's extremely overpowered.
The bubble, oppressive darkness, falling guillotine.
Oh yeah,
it's just
but
ridiculous.
I think more so it's I understand the point of a Titan is to be a tank, and with that bubble, like you can put your teams in some pretty good positions for some boss fights, for some damage, for just keeping you guys alive. So I think it's just like the best all around thing for what it gives you to run.
Yeah.
And then in PvP, in my opinion, I mean I think there's a lot you can run, but I'm gonna go bottom tree arc striker Titan because of knockout punch. I think that's it's not like if it's not the top tier melee, it's like underneath it. I think it's a grade A melee. When you break their shield, you get increased range, you get increased damage, and then I run Syntheseps also in Crucible. So especially if I'm surrounded by people, if you guys have watched it, I've had some pretty gnarly streaks where I'm just one tapping people with punches and kind of flinging around the map.
It's ridiculous.
I've seen a couple of your streams of that. I'm sitting there, I'm going, this is what I could do with my Titan if I actually tried hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, middle tree void. Let's go for it.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Insurmountable Skull Fort, if only because everyone hates it now, and it's like just very fun to get that one guy who's way more skillful than I am, but I know that if I can just catch him looking the other way, I can get that one good charge in. That's just like, you might have killed me 4 times, but I got you once.
I may have taken 4 shotgun blasts to the face, but you took one shoulder.
Yeah, Fellwinter's Lie has definitely killed my shoulder charge game a little bit.
All right, and then one more thing before we move on to our other hosts here. Sweaty, so what was I just want to know what the milestone was that you hit that started this whole giveaway.
Yeah, so as far as that one, man, I had 2 different stream goals. I was looking at doing just some long streams, and then I didn't really tell anybody because I wanted to keep the giveaway kind of like a little secret extra bonus on top of it and everything. But we hit 400 followers on the channel, and then I hit 100 subs for the first time as well. So just the support, thank you, man. Just the support that's been given to me here recently, just my way of giving back. So I was really close to the 400 followers. I was like, I'll do 12 hour, we'll just go for like a whole day. We'll just like hang out and do whatever you guys want to do. And then the 100 subs thing, I was like, all right, we'll do a 24. But then I kind of kept the card close to chest. I was like, we'll do a giveaway too as well, just to kind of celebrate, like, obviously everybody, supporting the channel that way.
Yeah,
definitely wasn't expected. And yeah, I mean, we get hit with a raid from one of the guys I've actually been following and just kind of hanging out in his chat for a few months. Just a really cool guy, Mr. Cool Cheese, just came in and just like went crazy the other night. And yeah, man, got us up there, and now we're celebrating. So
that's a great name.
Yeah, dude, Cool Cheese 101, man.
That's great.
He's in Who Dares, dude. So he's in, if you don't know how much you guys hear about the orgs, man, they're definitely, bringing some good people on, man. But he's a good kid, and he does a lot of trial carries and everything like that. So not recubs, he does carries. He does raffles, man. He does it for free. He does it for free. He's one of the good ones.
I will check him out after this podcast for sure.
God, paid carries piss me off. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I prefer the raffles,
make
man.
some money the way you.
Also, hey, trials. What's that?
Yeah.
I still haven't had a week. I still haven't had a weekend off.
Starlight is what we call a scrub.
Speaking
I
of
mean,
the
to be fair, none of us
scrubs,
like Frosty.
speaking of the scrubs in the podcast,
Being a scrub
Um,
paid for this, so I'm okay.
Boy, I
with
hope
it.
this doesn't bite me in the ass.
Starlight, why don't we
No.
start off with you?
Hey, scrub in the chat.
How's your week been, and Destiny in general?
Okay, well, Destiny in general is non-existent. Thank you very much. Gaming in general has been non-existent unless you count beer pong.
I do, for the record.
No, I was lucky enough to we had a little work thing where my girlfriend and I, Lady Starlight, we both work for the same company, so we know a lot of the same people, and we got invited up to this lake house up this beautiful lake. Like some people are just like, it's just a big ass lake. It's a big ass lake. It's got mountains. What the fuck was that? It's got mountains like fucking everywhere. It was gorgeous. Like it was 30 degrees in the shade, and like we're in like a temperate rainforest climate. So that's hot for us.
Yeah.
30 is hot. So I'm, as you can see, a little pasty boy.
Just slightly.
I got sunburned, all like trucker tan,
Nice.
on my kneecap, on my arm, on the drive up. So I'm like, I get up there, I get up there, and I like, jump in the lake to cool down, and I'm just like, this is some fucking bullshit. I'm gonna fucking burn for fucking crisp, like.
On the drive
dude,
up.
Oh my god, I can even see it.
Oh, you can a little bit, dude.
Oh
I
my
feel like,
God.
yeah.
That's without good lighting. It is
Wait.
night and day. This is
Wait
like,
a minute.
I'm going for that full body freckle. So I gotta start doing like a reverse tan where I only sunscreen the arms and then I just go shirtless everywhere.
Right.
Oh,
But
that's a great idea. Yeah.
but Lake, it was only supposed to be for one day, and then we were supposed to go out for like a little romantic getaway for two, and then that completely capsized when we realized that our romantic getaway for two was going to cost us $1,400.
Oh.
So we're just like 1,400 Canadian pesos, sweaty. Don't worry about it. So like we're just like, or we can stay in our tent at the lake for free and spend a fraction of that money on enough alcohol to make it seem like we're at a $1,400 hotel with like 5 stars.
Give me that Grey Goose. Damn it.
Yeah.
Because if
No,
there's
so we
anything more relaxing, it's being drunk inside of a blistering hot tent.
That's the thing. If you're hot, there's a lake. You just
True.
go to the lake.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then everything's fine. So honestly though, the burns went away because I just soaked my body in the lake for like 4 days straight. I put sunscreen on my scalp. That's a new experience for me because I'm used to having more hair than this. And yeah, so I did that. I've been working a lot. Yeah, it's great. At work is great. Everyone loves me at work. I'm very appreciated, and everyone, clients, coworkers, everyone's super happy. I'm a little salty. Some stuff has gone down, but no, not safe for stream. Not safe for stream. Yeah. So just work's work, but I'm happy to be like on my swing day. Which sweaty, I don't for the work that I do day shifts, and then my day shifts switch to night shifts halfway through my work week. So I call that my swing day because I get up at 6 a.m. and then I get off at 6 p.m. and then I don't work again until 6 p.m. the next day. So I got 24 hours, but I need to be well rested for the PM shift. So
How do you do that? That just sounds awful.
Look behind me. You may notice there's an espresso machine in my gaming. I have a coffee machine in my office at work and an espresso machine in my gaming room at home.
Oh my goodness.
Man is more
the
caffeine
answer
than
is
human.
caffeine. G Fuel, sponsor me. But but like the answer is caffeine. I take a lot of it. Take as if it's a supplement. What the hell? I drink a lot of coffee. So my swing day, it's great because I can stay up gaming until 3 a.m. and it's for work.
Yeah.
Technically, it is.
It's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
If you want me to be alert on my shift when I'm having to be awake and sentient, for 12 hours from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Caffeine and gaming. Plus, it gives me an excuse to come on and see these lovely people and Cole.
Oh,
So yeah.
come on.
Hey Cole, speaking of which, my boy, to end off, I haven't gamed at all other than beer pong picked up.
So we're getting to the gaming finally.
And
God damn.
I completed my friend's PC build, not you, Cole, different friend. Completed my
What
friend's
did I,
PC
what did
build.
I do?
You still need to pick out a GPU and a PSU. Like, figure
So
it out.
my
and get
week.
back to me. So anyway, hey Cole, that guy over there. How's your week going,
Actually,
buddy?
Starlight, I'm not even kidding. You are needed in chat currently.
I mean,
But
oh,
my week has been.
there's one that's pretty much
Fuck,
identical.
write it in the chat.
Oh, fine. See,
do your job. Be the man in the chat.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Canada,
Yeah, so
Canadian
no, but-
Amazon versus American Amazon. I hope this works.
Cole, how was your week?
I'ma slap him. Good. Not a whole lot to tell.
Catch these hands.
Haven't played a whole lot of Destiny. I finally hit 1060 light level. Hooray! Or power level. Hooray! The cool thing though is actually I think I got a god rolled Cold Denial.
Oh snap! What do you got? What dude? Talk to me about it. Talk to me.
Yeah, I know, man. Dude, I was there when you got your yo.
Yo, talk to me.
Arrowhead break, not too bad. Ricochet rounds, amazing. Feeding frenzy, swashbuckler
Holy,
with a handling masterwork.
that's pretty good.
There you go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
better than mine.
I would really push for Killing Wind in that first
Yeah.
perk slot, man. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of that perk. Like,
Mhm.
the handling though is really gonna pay in your favor, man. Like, it needs a little
Yeah.
bit extra handling speed, but that thing is just
Oh, it's nuts.
What does Killing
It is
Wind do
gnarly,
again?
man.
Sorry, I don't remember.
So with Killing Wind, after you get the kill, you get increased mobility, increased weapon range, and increased handling immediately afterwards. So
Oh.
you can move faster, you're whipping your shot, you're flicking faster,
insane.
and like it's really helpful if you get low because then you can slide out real quick and
Yeah.
kind of try to like save yourself.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to push for that Killing Wind, but I'm very happy with this one so far.
Yeah.
My voice is cracking all over the place, and god damn it, I
Remember
hate
though,
it.
he is playing on console right now, so like,
Yeah, that's true.
take
Yeah,
that into it
I'm gonna smack him.
for now.
Yeah, no, so that's all. That's pretty much all that I can really comment on. I got my Cold Denial. I'm getting my my season's pass rank up.
You want me to farm it for you, man? I'm thinking about like 200.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bringing the casual part of this of this meetup.
Sweaty's the sweaty.
Destiny, man.
Yeah.
I just play a lot of Destiny.
You gotta make a living somehow, right? But yeah, that's all I've really got.
Nice.
Newt, how have you been, man? What's new?
I've been good. A lot better than last week. I'll just say this. So the reason we weren't on last week is because I had a crisis in the family. I'll just leave it at that. So unfortunately we just weren't able to get on. Whoops, sorry. But I've been grinding out quite a bit of Destiny. I've had a little bit more time lately because shortly after I went back to work, because we had to stop because of COVID, I then proceeded to injure my shoulder in the most mundane and boring way possible. I was lifting a jug of juice to put it in the fridge, and I threw out my shoulder. To be fair, I'd probably strained it at work prior, but that was what sent it over the edge. So
Bro, you old as fuck.
I've had the last couple days off from work because I have to recuperate from lifting my juice jug.
Is that what the kids are calling it?
Yeah. So I'm at rank 103 on the season pass now, which is I thought was great, and then fucking Sweaty showed up and talked and opened his mouth, so now I feel like a piece of shit. I'm at 1062 light level, so that's pretty alright. Yeah, I've been enjoying Destiny. Saw the latest reveal of the new Stasis powers, which is pretty freaking awesome. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Same with the Halo Infinite reveal, which I'd love to talk a little bit about too.
I've got some
Totally down.
opinions.
Yeah.
I'm actually intentionally ignoring Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
like
you been?
all of it. I just enjoy not
Oh,
knowing
yo,
anything
Tibbs
going
is in
into
the
a Halo
chat.
game.
What up?
Yo,
Oh, so you just
Tibbs,
want to be
what's up?
completely shocked. Nice, dude.
I managed to actually do that. I've managed to do that with every Star Wars movie that's come out like since the prequels. Like I managed to avoid all spoilers just by
Same.
some random level of luck for like episodes 7, 8, and 9. I avoided everything about I avoided everything about Halo 5, and like I liked Halo 5 because like I wasn't hyped. I didn't get
Right.
like these unrealistic expectations from a trailer, which like they're never going to be like the game, right?
Yeah.
So
So you just got the
I'm,
game and that was it. You
I just got the game and I super enjoyed it. It was great.
yeah.
Nice.
So I'm intentionally enjoying it. So if I start like spacing out, it's because I've just muted all of you and I'm just doing this.
That's
Fair enough.
actually fair.
See, I did the
You jerking
spoiler
off
thing
to
with
YouTube?
I just
with
realized what this looks like and I need to stop doing it.
practicing for Shake Weight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's getting ready.
definitely.
I did the spoiler thing with in-game. I did not see in-game, and then I didn't see it until
Oh,
I think
nice.
it hit what Netflix or whatever it hit.
God.
Oh wow,
I
yeah.
literally got through spoiler free until that point.
Wow.
That
That's
is the
impressive.
most I did. I had no idea what was gonna happen.
See,
Well, I did-
That's impressive.
I did threaten a few buddies. I was like, we get a pretty good group chat, and I was like, if anything comes through, just text me separately and tell me to scroll through. Okay, that's all I'm gonna ask.
nice.
I will throw hands.
I had kind of a similar experience, but like my now ex like told me, "Yo,
What, your
hey, we
Xbox?
should." No, my ex. She told me we should go and see Infinity War. And I was just like, "Really? You want to go and see Infinity War? Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's go and see Infinity War." And then we go and watch, and then the end happens, and she's doing this in the seat next to me.
Oh, Jesus.
just like enjoying it because it gets to the part that breaks everyone's heart, and I'm just standing there like, and she's just like, yes, and we're not together anymore.
Yo, thank you. Nyla
Nyla
Ren,
Ren.
thanks for the follow, my boy.
Yeah.
That's hell yeah. Nyla Ren, that's a
yeah, I like that one too.
feeling the love tonight. This is awesome, I gotta say. Thank you, everyone, for the follows, and I'd just like to give a shout out to our man Tea Time Tibbs in the chat, who's trying to reach level 100 while we're streaming today.
That's right.
Tea Time Tibbs is
like
the
light level
solid-
100.
No.
It starts at 750.
I was gonna say you can't even if he physically gets to light level 100, I want to know how.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, how do you do
You
that?
can actually you can minimize it by if you still have your starting gear. If you never scrapped your starting gear from the Red War.
Oh yeah, like I guess like the
Oh,
level
yeah.
was it level 0?
Yeah, you
No.
can crank yourself down to level 0.
You can
Oh,
crank yourself
wow.
down to level 0 for like 3 or all of your armor and one
And Storzy. Jeez, everyone's here.
one primary. You can
lord.
like one weapon, all your armor, but you still need to have at least a 750 for a secondary and power. So that like brings you back up to like 237 or something. When I saw someone do it, I saw someone like attempting a Leviathan raid.
Storzy, thank you for the follow.
It didn't go well. They were the only one on their fire team at 237, but it was essentially just like sneezed on by Cabal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say sneeze, man. They just look in your direction. Your
Yeah.
character just dies out of sheer fear. Like, oh, run.
I also there's one more very important thing I wanted to mention that really just made my week. Like, this is the best thing that's happened in a long time.
What's up?
Bob's Burgers is on Amazon Prime.
Whoa.
It's on Prime Video.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I've been hankering for Bob's Burgers for so long.
Got a hunger.
Also, I wanted
In the
to
chat. What?
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier, call me Cap. Yes, Mr. Stasis Casual is on purpose. I
It's a very well written pun. If
try
I
to
may
come
say
up
so
with
myself.
the worst title possible,
just
so we only have the
call.
most hardcore of fans stick around. You hurt yourself there, Cole?
We only want people that
Only-
can't spell the word Colossus.
very
and
severely.
also hardcore.
All right.
Also,
Well,
Sweaty, I do have to apologize. I have to apologize to Sweaty and the Sweaty Army that's come in. The burps that happened is just something that started way back in one of our podcasts, and now we've
Yeah.
got a tally that Newt updates every
it's
time we.
probably
remember.
what I
When you
regret
remember.
most.
Yep. Well, this you brought this upon yourself, but
Yep.
on that note,
What note?
yeah, I don't know. The chat is going nuts over Bob's Burgers, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
But on that note, shall we hop into the
Whoa,
last
hey
two TWAB?
Newt, what Newt? Have you got? Did we go through Newt? Is Newt
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go.
okay? I thought we skipped Newt for some reason.
No.
No, that's when
Um,
Newt told us about throwing his shoulder out with the water.
yeah, that was my
Juice
week.
jug,
Water
Yes,
jug.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I remember now.
Bro.
I was
Thank
thinking-
you
I was
for
thinking-
reminding
I was thinking-
everyone.
Very, very strenuous activity.
All right, heading over to the TWAB.
When our coworker told us how Newt threw his shoulder, I fucking
Oh no!
lost it.
Don't worry, guys. I've immensely improved the TWAB screen.
Hell, we lost.
Oh, because we don't have Cole.
Yeah, it's because originally Sweaty didn't have a cam, so I was like, I'm just not gonna bother it. But then you and him switched for some reason. I don't know why Discord did that, but we don't. It's not important.
You may be able to take me out of the webcam, but you can't fucking silence me.
And mute.
Damn it!
Okay, so let's do our jobs, guys. This week at Bungie for the 23rd of July.
But what about the previous
Yeah.
TWAB?
Yeah, it was so heavy.
They delayed Beyond Light.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on.
All
we
right,
go. Yeah,
for
pretty
this
much.
week's TWAB.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so do you guys want to watch this?
Sure.
Okay,
I
I'm
still
totally,
haven't
dude.
seen it,
Yeah. I was about to say I don't think Starlight's seen it, so this will be pretty nice.
yeah.
All right,
fair
I'm
point,
gonna
actually,
just do this for everyone's benefit, so we can get my.
Your
Roll
reaction,
close.
a nice reaction cam. Okay, I'm pressing play.
I just realized I'm looking.
Guys,
at
I think
the
my
wrong
pizza might be
screen. I'm gonna turn that way to watch. Just gonna
I've
proceed.
seen terrible things born out in the darkness. Every moment brings them closer. It's time to
I know
step
you guys are watching
beyond
on the
the
delay.
light.
Sorry. Oh God. All right, just gotta wait for you guys to catch up.
Nice. No. Okay. I just finished.
Good.
Dude, that's great.
So I think why don't we each choose something that we're most excited about in that trailer? And while you guys are thinking about it, I'm gonna give you mine, which is the grenade that sticks to the wall and creates a platform. I just can't that's gonna be nuts in PvP. Like being able to create like hundreds of new lanes of sight,
Dude,
right?
Not even PvP. Like, can you imagine that on like all of the legendary quests like that require intense platforming?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, can you imagine that on 0 Hour? Ooh.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, that's
that
what
would
they
make
talked about.
that would make 0 Hour like nothing.
Is how much harder the jump puzzle is going to be now that it's like, okay, well,
yeah.
you got to get up here, but you can create your own platform, so you figure out how you need to do it
They're gonna have to be like
and go from there.
pretty
Which means
careful to
we're
like
gonna
always
have
give
to
you
have
like
stasis.
two options. Like one is like maybe quicker if you use stasis, you can like skip a bit, and then like the longer way is like maybe like it's more tedious, but it's still doable without stasis. I wonder. I do like. Sorry, I know I just asked you guys for your favorite things, but I'm just gonna bring up Tibbs. I actually like his unpopular opinion. The color looks too much like Arc. It is kind of like it would have been nice if it was a little bit different or a little. I don't know. It's a small quibble though. What do you guys reckon? Is there something in there that really stands out to you that you're looking forward to?
I've got like two that are kind of in the same lane right off the bat. I'm loving the "you shall not pass" energy that the stasis staff is giving me.
Right.
And also it's interesting, but like I think we're gonna start seeing like some Valorant players coming in with that stasis wall, just being like, "Oh yeah, this is normal for me. I'm so used to being able to do this." They already know all the great wall strats.
Yeah.
Like I don't fuck with Valorant too much, but I've heard that that wall technique can like really come in clutch in a pinch.
Yeah, anytime
So I'm
you can
wondering,
block shots or
yeah,
deny a
lanes or
lane.
just lanes, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
And
So
like the
I'm
range
excited
on that
for
was just, it was big. It was big. Like that was a big wall and it covered a large amount of area. So
I do wonder if that
Cat, I
wall
like that.
grenade
I
is
like
gonna be only for hunters, and if it is, that worries me a little bit, because hunters are already, so powerful in PvP, and then there's, one more thing to add to that.
Yeah.
But I guess we don't know what the rest of the subclass is gonna be like.
yeah, like what Cap said, that was what I was gonna bring up. Is like after that wall as well. There's like I watched Azzacross's breakdown of it pretty heavily, and he zoomed in on it. It looks almost like a shuriken, but those
Yeah.
two melees he threw, they had a Titan and a super, so it suppressed him, froze the other guy, and then he threw another one at the Titan to follow it up. So it's
Shit.
one of those things that maybe it's similar to like the throwing knife now. If you get a freeze with it, you can instantly regenerate it back.
Right.
Or if you hit multiple people, you can get it back, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So how set in stone is this? Like how subject to change are we looking at these abilities?
Well,
I feel like it might even be changing, because I wouldn't, like, this is purely speculation, but like they said they have to bump it back, so I wonder if maybe there's going to be a little bit of fine tuning being done. It might be something completely else too, though.
I'm hoping for some D1 style super customization out of this one.
Yeah, well, that's
from what I understand, that's actually what we're going to be getting with it, and I understand that the plan is that if the customization works for Stasis, then they're going to apply it to Void, Arc, and Solar as well. Like if it's well received.
yeah. They're gonna learn their lessons from it, and then put that to use for the other subclasses.
We can only hope, right? Like
Yeah, that'd be great.
But one thing that stuck out to me, at least in Azzacross's breakdown, I made a note of is that he did raise some good points. And like if you watch some of those supers, like they almost play off of each other. Like
Yeah.
when the Warlock threw that bomb down with the staff and the Titan came in with like the charge and the explosion, like it's one of those things, if they're going to be customizable, to maybe promote more fire teams of like a Hunter, a Warlock, and a Titan, so that you can all play off each other and like customize how you do activities and certain things with each other.
Yeah, because like right now I think there's only really like Tether with a standard super like Blade Barrage or whatever, or you could also argue maybe Bubble with empowering someone else, giving them more damage. So like more of stuff like that would be nice, because other than that, like all the other supers are fairly separate in their way of working in the game.
Yeah, everyone has their base. It's pretty much you got the well, you got the bubble, and you got the tether. Those are pretty much the only three that can like go together. Outside of that, it's pretty pick your play style.
Yeah. Cool. Was there anything?
Cap's coming in with some good stuff too.
Yeah. Here, I'll read that while Cole. Was there anything in there that stood out to you especially?
Everything.
Fair enough.
I like that Hunter. I like that Hunter stasis field with the scourge, the mini scourge bosses, because it looks like that's like a big like freeze field or something.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really curious to see how the new Titan super plays out with his Hulk smash, like gigantic stasis fist. Like I saw he slammed it down, and it sent that like almost earthbending style of rocks and crystals jutting out of the ground. And I just want to see what that's going to be all about. Honestly, I haven't looked in depth into it at all, because I saw the trailer yesterday. Then I woke up today, went to work, and got super delayed by everything, and then just have not had a chance to think about it. So, yeah, I'm here for everything.
I love that.
The other one,
the earthbending. I love that you used earthbending in that.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say the other one's that slide it showed as well with the Titan going into it. It was kind of like in Teus words almost, but like you see him like start like these crystals start forming, and then he slams into it. So I don't know if that'd be a melee or if maybe that's like
I wonder if it's like a shoulder charge ability.
Yeah.
Cat
sorry.
420. Nice. Thanks, my dude.
Just trying to find Cole's camera here.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, that would almost work.
Why are there two
Whoa.
newts? What is
Oh my
going on right now?
gosh. What is going? Your chat hitting it with the spam. Oh my goodness.
My God.
Oh yeah, I guess obviously I need to adjust that a little bit.
Oh, cat, no.
Full disclosure, everyone in chat, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
Rest in peace to the boy. Oh, there it is. He's back. Never mind. He's fine.
Oh, cat's a
Um,
girl. Cat's a girl.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, cat. God damn it.
all right.
Oh.
You guys about ready to move on to
Yeah, for sure.
even more news? Okay, so that was at the Xbox. This I was like, I think I kind of agree with a lot of people who are saying that Destiny actually had a better showing at the showcase than Halo,
Oh, sure.
which is a
I would agree.
strange place to be. 2020, man, fucking hell of a ride. Okay, so there's
I
not
just
a
get past it. What do you guys think about the console options though? Like with them being able to do like the 60 FPS at 4K and like
I'm a fan.
if you could like turn the resolution down, maybe get more frames, like console
yeah.
might be a more viable option for more people, man.
Was that a
Yeah.
thing that if you can turn down the resolution to get more frames?
We don't know on that yet.
Okay.
They
Oh,
want
it's right here.
like I know people are asking if they can release info if there'll be like a performance mode that you can do. If you can do like
Yeah.
like in your on a PC, you can either do it for performance or you can do it for quality.
Yeah.
If you could sacrifice some of that resolution and maybe go down to a 1440 or a 1080 and maybe get your frames up to like a 120 on a console, which would be
That'd be insane.
insane.
That would be competitive at least, right?
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah.
I think one of the most important questions moving into like the next stage of console wars is like, man, I was just gonna go for a joke and ask and say like, what are my RGB options for the console? But then I actually thought about something that's very real because I watched this breakdown of the consoles that was on Jay's 2 cents. He's like a tech YouTuber. But he said it very well, that kind of said like how the console war has been, like the console versus PC war has been up until now based on consoles are based off of technology that's already existed for PCs for a very long time, which is why like you're never really going to get performance that matches when you compare the two.
Yeah.
But one thing that's a theory is that AMD moving towards this like AMD moving towards like the consoles and like putting their stuff into consoles, there's a possibility that the big AMD competitor that's supposed to come out for like the 2080 Ti and stuff is going to be put directly into consoles first and be made available to PCs later. So
Oh,
it's going
really?
to be consoles are the first people to get a crack at this new technology. It's been like called Big Navi, which is like the online code name for like, yeah, exactly. But like it's the online code name for what AMD's next step in GPU tech is going to be.
Well, I mean, it's clearly going to crank the price of the new consoles. Like it's going to skyrocket them. So that's going to.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that consoles aren't
That's not
always
my area of
sold.
expertise.
Consoles don't usually get sold at a profit because what they're looking for is like when you buy it on a console, you have to buy the games through their store.
Yeah.
Right. So they make all of their money back on margins and kickbacks from game
Yeah.
sales. Whereas like on PC, there's so many different options for buying. Buying your games from all these different stores now that the people who actually build the hardware aren't seeing as much of a kickback from those game sales, if any. So I'm personally wondering like if we're going to see as much, if the tech, because everything's still theory because the consoles aren't out yet, like are we going to see the great leaps in performance that's been promised to us by Sony and Microsoft? Like
It might be kind of nice having the technology go into consoles first for PC users, because then they'll have time to work out all the kinks, and for the next iteration of that going to PC, they'll have those worked out. It's also crazy. I think Microsoft's just killing it lately. Destiny 2 coming to the Xbox Game Pass, which is already like the best deal in gaming right now. like is such a great deal, and now you can access Destiny 2, which actually Cap brought up. You get the game and every DLC for $10 a month. I don't know if you get the DLC.
You do not get this. You get the base expansion, but
Yeah.
you do not get like the seasonal content. Like, so if you want like the 4 seasons that are going to come out in that expansion, you need to buy that separate.
Which
Like a season pass, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd have to buy the season pass and everything like that. And the deal with it, from what I read, is as long as you keep your subscription or it is on Game Pass, you have access to it. But if it ever leaves Game Pass for any reason, or you cancel your subscription, you no longer have access to that.
yeah,
content.
yeah.
I think that's them. It's definitely them appealing to the casual player base that they might want to try and draw in for like $10 a month. So you spend $20 playing Destiny for 2 months, you get the base game, then you're like, okay, I really like the gunplay here. Maybe I'll just buy this new season that's coming up, or hey, this expansion just came out. You know what? Might as well. Let's see
Yeah.
if they like. I think it's a way of reeling more people in, which I mean makes total sense. Like,
I kind of like that idea because I wonder if because they've always had the trouble with like balancing between the casual and the hardcore, because when they just balance the casual, you know, the hardcore aren't interested anymore, and that really kills the game because it's not on Twitch anymore. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's interested in it. But then when it's only hardcore players, you know, there's a large silent majority that comes up and says, hey, you know, this is too much for us. So I wonder if maybe they're going to try to work towards the base game is for the casual player, which is just like doing strikes. You get some easy loot. You can play generic Crucible, and then for the hardcore, you like gain access to like all the, you know, the dungeons and the raids and everything like that. Although I think raids are available in the base game too. But
well,
you know, for example,
one way or another, Destiny is going through a gigantic change over the come November and over these next couple months, and I'm really I'm here for it. I want to see how they're going to pull off this off.
and just
that's all
gaming
I
in
have to say about
general.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I feel like lately, like Microsoft and Sony, like the battle between the consoles was always just who put out the next box with better hardware next. But now it's like different tactics in terms of like Microsoft's moving towards like PCs and Xbox Game Pass, and Sony's like consoles and studios and games that can only be played on Sony consoles and stuff like that. Anyways, sorry, is there anything else you guys want to say about that, or do you want to move on?
I can move on from it, honestly. There's
a fair amount more to say.
I was curious to bring it up because I know that we do have a console player in here, so I didn't know if maybe that would have an impact.
I already paid for the deluxe edition, so was it deluxe? Yeah, I already paid for the deluxe edition.
Did you pay for the deluxe edition on console?
No, I think you bought it on. I don't remember.
Nope, I 100% bought it on console. I
Return
did not
it.
think about that.
Return it. You can probably return it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, possible. Yeah. Or like even I could even just say like to them like we can switch it over.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm practicing my disappointed dad face. I didn't know that I had it perfectly down until this exact moment.
Joke's on you. I've been seeing that face for the last 26 years of my life.
I've grown immune.
Oh wait, this is the important part.
Yeah,
of the
this
vlog.
is so
Take
now
it
we
away.
get into the real meat and bones of the
Yes.
TWAB, the biggest
God,
news
you
in
didn't say
Destiny
meat
this
and
week.
Bones, you fuckwit. I hate you.
The Destiny official cookbook has been released, and Starlight is here to tell us all about how he doesn't have it yet because it hasn't shown up.
Super Pog.
Yeah, hey, Amazon Canada. When you get around to it.
Could you do your fucking job?
And when you're done with that, go fuck yourself.
Damn. Hot takes.
It was supposed to come on my birthday. And
Is this
it
a really,
now
really bad time to
2
mention
days
that this
late.
episode is sponsored by Amazon?
Jeff Bezos, he owns your soul and our wallets.
And Twitch.
Yeah.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes, he's actually he's got an algorithm
Yeah.
programmed into Twitch. Whenever his name is mentioned, it just brings up a screen at his home, and he's just like, "All right, you know what to do, gentlemen. Handle it."
Yeah.
Jeff
So we need
Bezos
to
says that
start
to the
we need to start mispronouncing his name, like Hefe Bezos.
That's awesome.
Ah, yes, Hefe
Bezos.
Bezos.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's dangerous.
Anyway, let's yeah. What about this? What about this cookbook here?
It's got like scratch recipes for ramen, a bunch of like Destiny related like seasonal beverages that are all rated as non-alcoholic, but we know what's really gonna happen there. It's one of the recipes that I read calls for non-alcoholic curacao. Where do you buy? Where would one buy non-alcoholic curacao?
In a store that makes you sad.
Yeah, anyway, so hey, when it comes up, small plug, if it ever happens, probably to the Another Destiny podcast YouTube channel, not on Twitch. But I will see if I can get some cooking videos up because I've got I have a spare camera arm now that's just sitting around not doing anything. So might as well put it to good use.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all like the big stuff in the TWAB. There's
Hey, movies of the week.
movies of the week. I watched
Hey,
the
get your
first one
Twitch
this time,
Prime rewards.
so that was exciting.
Also, anyone who wasted the 1250 bright dust on the this ornament that's coming out for the heavy shotgun. I forget what it's called. Someone help me out.
Oh,
Tractor cannon?
Oh yeah, I
Damn
could
it.
have just looked at the damn name. Tractor cannon.
The
Anyway.
boop gun, man. The boop
Yeah.
gun.
gun. Hit him
Oh,
with the
you
boop.
want to use your super? Boop.
I mean, pretty
So-
much, man.
Yeah, RIP to anyone who spent the 1250 bright dust last week on that ornament that was available in Eververse.
But what if they don't have Twitch Prime there, Starlight?
Then they should sign up for the free trial and just use it to get the fuck. I don't know, man. Calm down. Who doesn't have?
You
who
should
doesn't have
you
Prime?
should
I was gonna say, at this
sign
point,
up
who
for
doesn't have
Twitch
Amazon
Prime
The
and
console. Oh,
sign up for
fuck,
Twitch
no, I have
Prime
Amazon Prime.
and subscribe to Mr. Sweaty Casual.
Oh,
Oh,
nice
thank you,
plug,
thank
nice
you.
plug.
Yeah, there we go.
I would
there
say
we go,
yes,
there we
but
go.
we can't do that yet.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say, if anybody has Amazon Prime, man, just link it to Twitch. You get free stuff, and you get a free sub that you can use on literally any channel, which is very nice.
yeah.
I keep forgetting about
Also,
that. I have
Cap,
Amazon Prime. I still haven't.
food. They also
signed
have
up.
recipes for all of the cookies that you had to make during.
Yeah, yeah.
God
the dawning.
damn it, Tibbs! Fuck!
So you want to make some Galler Doodles? You can make some Galler Doodles.
Oh,
with-
Tibbs in the
with
chat
real
just.
world- real
I
world
am going
ingredients,
to
not just,
smack that boy.
Fallen Ether.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say that's the end of 12 because the rest of it was kind of boring and didn't really interest me at all.
And movies of the week, but we'll get there. Or yeah, we won't get there.
So
Still waiting for Twitch Perfected. Go fuck yourself.
Love you too, Cosmo. Okay. Bye, Twab.
Yeah, I don't really
um,
think there was anything else in there outside of that.
yeah, it
Oh,
was,
I just realized that I've had Cole's camera covered up all this time.
Hey,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah, it worked out so far.
Yeah, the biggest news in the TWAB was the Stasis gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's kind of which came out on the Xbox Game Showcase, which Bungie and Xbox are joining forces. Like Xbox is going to be like doing a lot of the Destiny promotion, but that doesn't mean that there's Microsoft exclusives or anything like that. So you don't need to worry about that. Thank God.
Well, the last time they joined forces, Halo happened, so
Yeah, and that's also part. Like that is such an interesting thing. Speaking of which,
well, really quick, like they've had time to be apart and grow, and like maybe if they wanted to come together and like with some other new IP, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Like I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like the one that they're currently working on right now.
yeah, you mean the
wait,
one,
what?
whatever
I'm
Bungie's
so
working
out
on?
of the loop. I'm so out of the
Oh.
loop, man. Like I'm
Yeah, it's that's Matter, correct?
What's that?
Isn't
name?
that the new game they've been working on, Matter?
I'm not sure what the
Looking
name
for it
is.
right
I don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
to be honest. I just know they're
Oh,
doing
okay.
something.
I mean, I haven't looked too much into it. I know it's like a big IP they have coming, which is gonna be like, yeah, which is why everybody thinks that's why Destiny's been suffering because they're too focused on
Mhm.
that.
Right.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
I will say that one thing that I
So,
got
by the year
a push
2025.
notification about
Always
was the new Obsidian RPG, Avowed. It's like kind of a like pseudo medieval style RPG that's like their follow up to Outer Worlds, but it's like the fantasy. So they're taking like the engine and stuff and converting it into a fantasy game. So I'm interested to do that. That's the only thing I know about the Xbox showcase.
Did you guys watch the new Fable trailer?
Nah.
What?
I did
No.
not get to see it, but I need to watch it because I heard it was it's more like MMO style Fable.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucking funny. I laughed pretty goddamn hard when I got to the end of it. It's a little dark, but it's pretty funny. So I definitely recommend checking it out. I won't spoil it. You guys can figure it out later.
Didn't Lionhead die?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know
right
anything about
after
Fable. I just watched the trailer and I thought it was funny.
Oh, the other games were awesome, man. Fable was a great franchise.
I played 1 through 3 like religiously. It was great.
Also, yes, you're correct. Bungie registered trademark of Matter, so people figure that's the name of the new
Yeah.
IP.
I'm willing to bet that's a working title, but still, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Haha. Okay, so speaking of a little while ago, Halo. Do you guys want to talk about the Halo Infinite teaser at all, or? All right, bye, Starlight.
Straight up.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm totally down, but I don't want to, have Starlight have to not talk or anything, man.
That's
no,
fine.
It's fine.
We can just talk about it really quick. I'll start us off. I do agree with a lot of people where it basically looked
working out.
it looked like it was unfinished, kind of like it didn't have the same
yeah.
complete
It looked rough.
detail as like the other games. But also one thing that I really liked about it is it almost looked straight up like just like an upgraded version of Halo Combat Evolved, like the graphics, that is.
Yeah.
Like, it was very simplistic, and just like the very simple objects just looked better. And I was almost like, man, I kind of like that. It kind of gives me like a Combat Evolved kind of vibe.
I think that was it. They were going for like a nostalgia feel with it. I think it'll be definitely more polished by the time it comes out. Like, I feel like people are freaking out, and it's like, hey, I'm excited about the new sandbox for it, though.
And like, and like I imagine they've had that gameplay for a long time too, saved, and just released it recently. So that's even probably older than what was released.
I will say there's a single frame out of that trailer that's been circling around. It's been memed to death.
The Brute.
You talking about the Brute meme?
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
It's so bad, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. What have they done to you?
But aside from graphics, I mean, I like the grappling hook. I like the sprinting, the sliding, and when they opened the map and like they showed the
map
objectives,
looks
that kind of gave me like the feel of more of, I'm not going to say full open world, but you kind of get to pick and choose how you go about getting your objectives and completing that level.
Yeah,
I got like a Gears of War and Metroid sense from the map, actually, like old Metroid Prime.
I was thinking, like you were saying, like it's kind of like nostalgia almost, and I was kind of wondering. I've been kind of thinking, like, I almost feel like that's like they need to do one game that's just like completely full of nostalgia, and then that's it for the franchise. Like,
yeah,
because they've been trying to improve upon it, and it just doesn't seem to work, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, maybe Halo was meant to be left in that time. That was a very special time in gaming, and it should just stay there.
Yikes.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's pretty much 343's only source of income right now, so
yeah. And who would have seen the Dragon Ball-esque fusion move from Cortana? And I'm kidding, come back Starlight.
What?
Yes, the Kamehameha.
I was just gonna.
Master Chief was just unreal.
I was Starlight. That was nothing. I was just trying to make up an insane spoiler to throw in there.
And then the Prophet flew on a chair out of nowhere and just zapped Chief in the back. And
yeah,
it was amazing.
And the Super Smash Bros. Combo was.
Yeah,
who would have thought that Nintendo and Microsoft would
Smash? But I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
One really tiny note. Like, what would be if we're seeing just like a little bit of a throwback, but if we're seeing the ascendance of consoles to PC level performance?
Are we back on this already?
Wait. It's specific to what you guys were just talking about, kind of.
Jesus.
What would be better than like a Smash tourney running at like 144 like
Ooh.
at 1440 with like all of the ledge grabs, everything. Like there's no like. Can you
That would be
imagine
insane.
Can you imagine how
Ooh.
high level it would get
Yeah.
if people had like literally like almost 5 times the frame rate that they're currently working with? Like,
That'd
because
be
people
nuts.
are already insane
Yeah, they
at
are.
Yup.
Can you imagine if they were doing that like at 144?
Yeah.
They're just
Also,
using the controller so much it
dude,
starts
you owe me like 3 burps.
smoking.
Yeah. I'll get on it.
Yeah, New, come on, do your job.
I've been at 20 for a while.
So I'm a hijack the fuck out of this podcast real quick here. Well, I say real quick. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
I was about to throw it over to the lore, anyways.
Oh, sweet.
Hey,
Uh,
hey, wait. First, let's get the chat to ask for it. Chat, could you go ahead and drop an exclamation point lore dump in the chat?
Oh my god. Actually, oh okay. I have no idea where this is going, but this is great.
You've
Sweaty,
seen it
what's your,
already.
what's your experience with
Yes.
the Destiny lore?
Oh.
Did it not work?
Whoa,
I
hold on,
swear it
hold
was
on.
lore dump.
Oh, one more time there, man. It's my experience
What's your? It's all good. What's your experience with the?
Oh, there it goes. Just took a while.
Oh fuck's sake! I really hate that. Wow. Wow. Huh.
Anyways, go ahead, Cole.
I was gonna ask Sweaty, what's your experience with the Destiny lore here?
I'll be honest, man. Not a whole lot.
That's
Not
fair.
a whole lot. I'll do some Bife videos every now and then.
Okay, yeah, it's a good start.
I did look for one on he does not have an Ulan Tan video. If he
Almost
does,
no
I could
one
not
does.
find it.
Almost no one does.
Well,
I think the guy I found it was Evade. It was like a year
Yeah.
ago. But I listened to it a few times, man, and like the stuff he talked about and like kind of how it made sense, like it does.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna have some cool things, but I'll be able to talk a little bit with you.
Well, I'll tell you
yeah,
where you
okay,
first
that's
went
awesome.
wrong. Is you should have gone to Mylan Games. Actually, everyone knows he
Actually,
is
that's a
the
fair point. No,
superior.
Mylan does have. He's
No,
got
I'm
a
just-
brief video.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he does have a video on the 1,000 Wings exotic ship, but other than that, there's nothing on Ulantan from the from those two anyway. But
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
okay, so this is gonna be a long one, boys. Buckle up, and Starlight's just gonna phase out here.
There's no ventilation in this room, and this thing ain't a low burn. It pumps out some heat now and then. So ice packs on standby.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I just
nice,
gotta
man.
send one real quick message there. Okay, so this is about Ulantan and the Symmetry faction, the Symmetry City faction. So you know how we've got Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy. Those are the three factions, and they make up the Concordat, which is the those three leaders represent their factions, and they make decisions with the Vanguard on what's best for the last city. I'll leave it at that.
That's about 3/4 of a gallon for you American folks. 3 liters.
Oh God, that was so bad.
Thank you
Huh.
for clarifying. I had no idea. That was lost in the wind,
bad.
man.
Yeah, like I was sitting like, God, I didn't think I'd get derailed this quickly. God damn it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
so Ulantan is a warlock guard. Was a warlock guardian associated with the city faction called the Symmetry. Very similar to, actually, incredibly similar to the Symmetry exotic scout rifle that came out. And they held beliefs that the Vanguard he held beliefs that the Vanguard described as dangerous. Ulantan's thesis covers 3 very important points, and I'll go into these points to a certain degree. One is that light and dark must coexist, and one balances the other in a symmetric relationship. We cannot have one without the other. So, yeah.
Star Wars.
And then,
Gotcha.
yeah, exactly. 2, all light is connected, quote unquote, across space and time, which would presumably also apply to the darkness. And there, I'll get more into that in a bit here. And 3, the traveler sacrificed itself for humanity, and it's now up to humanity to return this good deed by healing the traveler. So symmetry and balance, like yin and yang. Like they believe in the balance of all things, and that if you have too much of light, then things will go sideways, and if you have too much darkness, same thing.
Yeah.
We know that Ulantan's relationship with the Symmetry is not well documented, and in the Ghost fragment, the City Age from D1, it's revealed that when the Vanguard disavowed the Concordat from the consensus, the Symmetry was briefly considered to replace them, but instead the vote went to the Future War Cult when Zavala deemed Ulantan and his teachings were too dangerous. So
Bad blood.
they're not well known, but they have a lot of pull, and There've been scatterings of them like throughout the D1 lore, and almost nothing in D2. But there are a couple of lore tabs that I wanna go into. First of all is
Can
A
I just
Thousand
go
Wings.
ahead and guess that the Symmetry Scout Rifle is going to be coming up?
Funnily enough, no, I actually don't have the
Oh,
Symmetry Scout Rifle, but I do go over it really briefly. But the Thousand Wings lore tab says that the demiurge of the hive is the worm. The demiurge of the vex is the thought. The demiurge of the fallen is the
I
ether,
thought.
which is survival. The demiurge of the cabal is authority. These are things. These are the things, both constraint and power, which define the universe of possible actions. These are the rule makers and instruments which enforce reality. So you can't have one without the other. Give a power to a guardian, and they shall know that power as a weapon. For when a guardian chooses to alter the world, they do so with the bullet and the blade. Grant a guardian godly power, and that guardian shall fashion it into a perfect rifle. The demiurge of the guardian is the gun. But we must remember that the demiurge is not the god. It's only the thing that converts perfect divine will into imperfect material form. We may wield the demiurge, but if we do, what god wields us? And that's actually credited to Ulantan. He's the one who says that. And so
Sorry,
that
I just want to say something really quick. When you talk about how light is connected across the universe as well as
yeah,
darkness, that
yep.
makes me think of like oh, what's it called? Like spook. I think it's called the Spooky Force, where it's like a thing in our like our world where two elements or two atoms become connected in some way that's not really understood,
Oh,
and
really?
they're spinning in the same direction, and no matter how far apart they are, if one starts turning the opposite direction, so does the other one at the exact same moment. Anyways, that was just what I wanted
That's
to mention.
so weird. Huh.
I'll Google that real quick and
The
see if
spooky
I got
force,
that
yeah.
right. Sorry, didn't mean to
And
interrupt.
so I knew it's actually really cool that you bring that up, because that's the next thing I wanted to talk about, was that if light is connected across all of time and space, then it's possible that darkness as well. And there's actually an exotic ship called the Symmetry Flight. It was added back in the original launch of D2, and I don't think you can get this ship anymore. And da, 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 da. I propose a simple experiment. Look around. You see light. You see darkness. There could not be one without the other. They are two sides of the same coin. If it is true for these Newtonian echoes, why would it not be true of the purest paracausal forms? The so like guardians are paracausal forms. The traveler is the first paracausal form that we know of, and as it turns out, the pyramid ships are paracausal forms as well. They can alter their fate essentially. Therefore, I conclude the reason you persecute me is not because of the symmetry. It's because of the truth beyond this truth, the truth which you most dread. If we could destroy darkness, but we had to give up our light to do so, how many of us would make that trade?
Oh, I've heard this one before.
Yep, it's good. It's good stuff.
Well, now we're gonna, but there, that also brings up the option of the newfound, like a newfound balance between, like, yes, we destroy, like, the threat of darkness being the
Mhm.
pyramid ship, but like the actual, like the danger Doritos, but like the actual, the actual paracausal force that is darkness and light, or the deep, like, I
Yeah.
guess if you're going like way far back into the lore for darkness,
Mhm.
guardians wielding that power could be the balance that like is sought by symmetry.
Yeah, we don't necessarily like we we can circumvent the problem of having destroyed the light and losing our powers
Yeah.
to destroy the darkness by instead embracing the darkness and having both light and darkness active in our
It's possible. Yeah.
universe.
It does go in, that does, like, yeah, finding that balance and everything. It like like you said, bringing it into ourselves. But how do we integrate that? And that's the next point that I'm going to go into. So I did a lot of digging on Ulantan and all of these teachings of the symmetry and what they thought of all of this. And so there's a grimoire card in D1 called the Chamber of Night. It's based off of the Chamber of Night location, and it reads as follows: your discovery is perhaps the greatest of our time. If the hive were able to infect the traveler through this long lost shard of its battered shell, Ulantan's theory may be true. All light remains connected across space and time. We cannot let our enemies use this power against us. And that was Ikora Ray actually saying that.
I remember that mission.
Yeah. So the hive used a fragment of the Traveler, and they infected it, and they were trying to take the Traveler down by, first of all, corrupting this shard, which leads me to a thought. If this theory does in fact turn out to be true, then what if this? If we look back on the Symmetry Flight lore tab, which I just read, where it states that the darkness and the light are two sides of the same paracausal coin, then could it not be possible that if the light can be corrupted from a single shard, that we could also influence the darkness from such a shard that Aramis found?
Right.
Do you think this is how we're going to be able to find balance in the stasis power?
Because you're talking about that shard that she was holding in the
Exactly.
the trailer, or whatever you want to call it.
When she says, "I will give these guardians the destruction they so crave," or something along those
lines. So what would be considered corrupting the darkness? Influencing it with light?
I would say separating its power from its ideology. If we can draw the power that the darkness offers into ourselves without getting corrupted by its ideology about what it stands for, then that would be technically corrupting the darkness.
It's interesting. Reading, I haven't read a lot of it, but I've read a few lore tabs about the Gardener and the Winnower, which is the Gardener is the light and the Winnower is the darkness. And it sounds like almost like they had a balance set up where the Gardener would create these things and the Winnower would go through afterwards and, you know, call out the dead and the dying and the diseased. And the Gardener got tired of that and like broke the cycle. And it's
the Gardener cheated.
Yeah, and it's almost like the Gardener kind of is the one who fucked it all up in the first place.
Which is why I'm loving this idea of like what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys want to chime in with anything, just please let me know, because I don't mind.
I think for this one, going through this lore, it like tied in like the Shadow Keep when you go in the pyramid and like you come face to face with yourself. And everything like that. Like this lore kind of made a lot more sense for that storyline and how it's kind of take a step forward. So that was very cool for me to have that connection.
You don't know what the cool thing is? That's all D1 lore and 2 D2 ships. Recently, I looked up Ulantan while I was doing all this research. He is mentioned in every single faction. Okay, hold on. He's mentioned in every single class-specific item coming up for Moments of Triumph.
Oh, really?
He's in the mark, he's in the cloak, and he's in the bond.
Holy fuck! You better make that. Better make that video there, bud.
They're bringing this. Sorry.
You better make that video there, bud.
Yeah, I know, right? So, they're bringing the Ulantan and the ideas of the symmetry back, and so I'm gonna get into that here. So
this is lore from the Moments of Triumph armor.
Exactly, and considering how wrapped up he is in the Symmetry faction and his own personal thesis, I really hardly believe this to be coincidental timing when the darkness has finally invaded our system, and now all of a sudden the idea of symmetry is coming up. So in the Solstice Bond lore tab, it states that a pamphlet of unknown author states that the light and darkness are a bonded pair, that they are of one. If we claim knowledge from Sister Light, then we must also claim knowledge from Brother Dark. The traveler shares only half of life. Darkness provides the rest. We must know the dark to know ourselves. We must balance or perish. Sounds pretty familiar. Now, this is supposedly an unknown author, but you know, Ulantan. But I love how like all of this is being distributed in pamphlets, like no actual meetings. Like, here, have you heard the good word?
Can we speak to you about our Lord and Savior Symmetry?
Zavala just like, so in the Solstice Cloak lore tab, it raises the fact that Ulantan's teachings and theories were problematic for a warrior caste that the Guardians are. If a problem arises, Guardians turn to the bullet and the blade to solve it. Ulantan's theories stated that if the light and dark cannot exist without each other, then a victory over the quote-unquote evil darkness is unattainable. It's not possible. They also considered that if they've been using the light for so long, then in accordance with the symmetry theory, then a spontaneous generation of darkness must have sprouted somewhere in the universe. In short, Ulantan's biggest sin was telling a ruling warrior class that their war was unwinnable. Which is super fucking cool. I'm loving all these like different gray area ideologies.
Yeah. Bungie's really, and Destiny's like really its best when you're not really sure which way you should be treading. Right. Like the whole like the Drifter mission, like choosing a side between the Drifter and the Vanguard was like kind of like a taste of that. I wonder if they're going to go even more
Whoa,
I still have
spoilers,
yet to pick a
spoilers.
side.
Oh,
I
really?
still have yet to pick
Oh,
a
really?
side.
I don't even. I
went
don't
with
know
the drifter.
anything. Like the drifters still chill with everyone in my game.
Yeah.
So,
I've kind of held off on doing it to see if maybe like I can like figure out what's gonna happen and then pick a path, because I have a feeling this next season we're finally gonna or the DLC like Beyond Light. I feel like that's when we're finally gonna have some outcome
Yeah.
because of how involved Drifter is gonna be in this process.
That's exactly it. Because Bungie mentioned that it's like, oh yeah, this will have repercussions way down the line, and then everyone's like,
Yeah.
memory of a goldfish. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, well, what's next? And it hasn't come into play yet. So I'm really, I'm really curious to see how that goes as well. I've got one last thing to read here, then I swear I'm done.
Okay.
This is just a big lore dump, and I'm so excited for all of. For
Can we get a lore
the
dump
next
in
few
chat?
months of Destiny. Lore dump.
I was right there for you.
Noise. Oh, good lord.
Tibbs. No.
Dino has a really good point. The Drifter is cooler than Zavala. True.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna argue with you on that one, I don't think.
Yeah. So in the Solstice Mark, lore tab, it tells that after the first collapse, humanity started to look at the darkness from a holistic perspective, rather than a moral one. That being light equals good and darkness equals bad. It was from this point of view that the proto-symmetrists hedged their theses by stating, though it may be true that the darkness is a necessary evil, we may counterance its existence by acknowledging that it gives way at all times to the force of good. For wherever light shines, darkness recedes before it. It was from this intellectual point of view that Ulantan first proposed the doctrine of symmetry. His hypothesis discarded the Dark Age premise that the darkness and light were moral in nature. Instead, he postulated that our moral understanding of light and darkness were subjective experiences of absolute forces. So, if one accepts that the concepts of light and darkness and good and evil are not perfectly aligned, then there must necessarily exist a liminal space where light equals evil and darkness equals good. If true, it would be the ultimate triumph of moral relativism. God, a lot of big words. It was this yet unspoken tangent of symmetry that the Vanguard found to be so threatening. So, and this is where I'm going to wrap all this up. As it turns out, Ulantan was right. A liminal space does in fact exist. A strange dimension where reality is changed. Light is dark. Up is down.
Oh.
Where we ask a question and search for an answer. Here we seek the 9.
Yeah, okay. Mic drop.
Yep.
Just drop
Boom.
your mic shattered on the ground.
Just slap it down. So yeah,
that was a good one.
That's what I've got on Ulantan and the symmetry. Also, yeah, the symmetry scout rifle is directly referencing the symmetry faction.
Right.
I think the lore is just Zavala and Ikora talking about me.
Gotcha. I think I kind of remember that actually.
Zavala and who?
Ikora.
I just kind of only remember the important characters that have reasons to exist, other than to be offended by things.
Hey, speaking of light and dark and what's coming up, I had an interesting thought, because right now we collect orbs of light to build our supers and certain other things. Do you think that come Beyond Light, in order to build your stasis super, you're going to have to create and collect motes of dark? Because it's not going to make any sense from a lore standpoint if you're collecting orbs of light to have a darkness
that's
super,
a good point, yeah.
right?
That's interesting to think about. If like you have to like using that super and like getting kills with abilities makes the motes of dark that you can get your actual super from.
Yeah.
But then how would part of the whole thing is that when you're using a super ability, you're you're assisting in the charge of your
teammates,
your teammates
super,
light, right?
Yeah.
So
technically, I saw a theory somewhere. I can't remember where, but
are we converting it? Because that would be another symmetry thing.
I think it's we're technically using this darkness power, but we're not fully accepting the darkness yet. I think it's like a sort of hybrid between dark and light. And once Witch Queen and Beyond Light drop, I think that's when we're gonna go full dark. I think this is stasis is a bit like a middle ground right now.
Right.
But I don't really know.
I wonder if something good to look into would be that mission where the thrall were feeding upon the light of the Traveler's Shard. I think it was taking thrall actually, because that's kind of like us, but the opposite way around, where we're going to be using the darkness.
Yeah.
I also, so people have been talking about lately the reason this comes up is because back in Forsaken, Bungie released the DLC, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, the Tangled Shore, our new location. This is cool." And they're running through the story, and then all of a sudden it turns out there's a whole other location that Bungie didn't tell us about, which is the Forsaken City, or the Dreaming City. Sorry. I wonder. This is kind of my hope actually for Beyond Light, is that Europa is going to be the starting point, and then we're going to go back to the Dreadnought. And then from the Dreadnought, that will connect us into the Witch Queen Savathun.
Oh,
okay,
that's good.
I would really love that. Let me tell you.
That would be sweet.
Anyways, that was my couple things that I was like, oh right, I wrote these down. I wanted to mention them.
I'm stoked to see what kind of Europa PvP maps are going to be coming out.
Yeah, God, I'm so excited to use that grenade in PvP.
The one thing that I hope, and I know it's gonna happen because it's an ice planet, if they have frictionless surfaces that I need to platform on, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm telling you right now. If I'm just like, I got it. I don't got it.
Or
you running in place sound effect.
I love the you know, like during last season or whatever, the Rasputin season, like the best part about that season was going down the bunker slope into the bunker.
Oh, the slide.
Yeah, they could just put that everywhere on Europa. You just never walk anywhere. You just slide to every location.
Can you imagine like not even platforming, like a flat surface, but it's got traps that are like swinging blade style, and you're just like, I've timed this perfectly. Slice. I would be down for that.
Yeah, maybe in the new heroic hour or 0 hour, whatever the Europa version is of that.
Twitch perfected.
All right, that was a really good lore. That was a really good one. I'm gonna.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Need some more info on that eventually.
Yeah. Well, that's all we've got so far, so we'll see.
Was there anything else that we should hit upon?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. So what have you got in your notes there?
I think I said my thing, man. Or
Yeah.
you covered the other parts of it because you were just going. I'm like, dang it, this is all the stuff that I had.
Yeah,
I had written down to stream, like I had big lore brain, be like, hey, look, guys. He's just gonna read the ship. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
No, the ship. Yeah, no, like that's a good way of looking at it. Oh, which ship was that? Was that the Thousand Wings?
God, which everyone's talking about how like there's like similar and like you can't have one without the other.
Yeah. I think
was that the Symmetry Light?
I think it's both. Oh no, yeah, the Symmetry Flight. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That one. Yeah, that was the one that like when in the video I watched, he broke that down. I was like, this makes so much sense.
I know, right?
I was like, the end of Shadowkeep. It all makes fucking sense.
It's all coming together. It's like yes, and this is why I love Destiny.
Kind of meta, but going for like Destiny, like Bungie's registered like the new IP. This is probably never in a million years going to be a thing, but like if we're looking at, from my point of view, like they've registered the new IP, what if we can't have one without the other? I was just imagining, like, what if there's the world where like the end of new content as far as Destiny's concerned is like that we don't have like the end of lore, like the end of the campaign, the story of Destiny, which could be years from now, because we've seen how long like WoW has been going. But the end is the complete and utter destruction of both light and dark, like the loss of both paracausal forces in the galaxy, which would be super premature with them just now registering that new IP with Matter. But I think that like there's always going to be reasons to come back and play Destiny. So
Oh, for sure, yeah.
yeah,
Every once in a
was-
while, I log into D1. I'm like, yeah, these are the good
Yeah.
days.
Sweaty. I had like theorized with not theorized, but I proposed this like fun other version of Destiny that we can enjoy. That's like very Halo 3 ODST style, where you're playing like a human strike force, like
Oh
ODSTs,
snap! Okay.
that like so like for lack of a better term, like the Hawthorns, but definitely not Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Like the Hawthorns of the Destiny universe, where like you're a mortal strike team, and like everything's super high stakes. Like there is no light, no resurrection. It's like it's like wipe means wipe,
Yeah.
and like you need to go back and start again.
You just start your character over again every time he dies. Like, oh god.
Like it would that I don't think we're gonna go that far.
No.
Just for mechanics. Like I love how Destiny has explained respawns with resurrections. Like that's
Yeah.
that's honestly one of the things that sucked me into this franchise was just like, oh, there's like a lore explanation for why I can live forever and
Yeah.
take my knowledge from my last death into my next round of combat with these people. Great, I'm into it.
Yeah,
like-
it's fucked.
But having like a tactical version of Destiny where you have like mortal players that need to like go methodical, slow, and tactical in the Destiny universe, I thought that would be cool.
I think somebody made like a top-down game. It was like Cade 6, 8-bit Cade 6. I'll have to look it
No,
up and find it out.
Not Destiny Wars, right? Just
No?
Halo Wars, but Destiny.
Oh no, it was, and it wasn't Bungie. It was like a fan-made thing, right? I'll have to try to find it. Okay, so I figure we can start to wrap up soon, but
Yeah.
so Sweaty, I don't think you know this. One thing that we've just started doing on this podcast is at the end, we're slowly building in a kind of D&D-esque style an outpost on. Well, we chose Venus. And we decided that the outpost was going to be called Exodus Reach. So far we have our location and our name, and we also have our vendor chosen, which is a speaker-esque style person. And he sells Ahamkara bones.
Such a bad idea.
Okay.
I know, I love it in the way that, like, just because it's gonna fuck shit up so much.
Hey, hi, Sweaty. Here's the deep end of our like homebrew lore for Destiny. Enjoy.
Welcome to the show.
So here's what I thought we could do for this week, and so we're gonna create a dungeon. One of us is gonna come up with like the final boss and like what the overall goal is. And then the other three will come up with like different sections of the dungeon that we have to work through. Now this is gonna be hard because I haven't thought about it at all, and usually I try to guide people through it, but I literally just came up with this and I think it's a cool idea. So I thought maybe we could start off with Cole, because you know the most about lore. Maybe you could give us an overall goal that we're trying to achieve. Okay, that face does not fill me with confidence.
No,
Let's remember that I haven't played on Venus.
100%. The objective of the dungeon would be to restore the lost Ishtar archives.
Okay, I like that. Can you expand a little bit like what those were?
Yeah, so the Ishtar Collective was a university on Venus, and if basically look at it this way, it was a complete foil school of thought to the Clovis Bray facility. So the Ishtar Collective saw what Clovis Bray was doing as almost heretical,
Right.
and like really out there. And so Ishtar was very by the books. They did not want to fuck with Vex Tech, even though they were learning about it. They didn't want to start using Vex Tech, which Clovis Bray just blew out of the water. But yeah, so yeah, they were the first. Like, look at the Ishtar Collective as the Library of Alexandria. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
On a
Okay.
cosmic scale.
So it'll probably be Vex heavy because the Vex
Oh,
are
yeah.
just so heavily involved in Venus.
No, here's the thing: the boss is a glitching out trials team, and every single time one of your fire team members gets DDoSed back to orbit.
Yeah.
So we're fighting the team of astronauts. Got it. We're fighting NASA
Yeah.
We got this. We got this.
I do like
what was the team that like first made contact on the with the Traveler, like when they just
that
like
was Mission Ares.
didn't they have a name like something one, like
I think it was I think it was Ares 1.
That does ring a bell, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure. So what's our boss? Do we want to make it something generic, like just a giant gate lord or something?
Yeah.
Oh, what about that gate lord that you had to go defeat in that far area?
Oh yeah, on Venus. Yeah, it's like when the Gate Lord's Eye mission, right?
Think so.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah,
Ares 1. You're correct.
there you go.
So
Okay, so I guess the jumping puzzle has to be in a library, and you're jumping from bookcase to
Bookshelf.
bookcase to bookshelf to swinging chandelier over like a pool of Vex milk, right?
I'm getting really
and
Harry
Titans
Potter.
Yeah.
Titans have a
PC game.
constant debuff because they're in a library, which would
Yeah, warlocks have a buff.
Actually, but Titans are actually the ones who read the most books in the lore. So
Oh,
Wow, really? Oh.
actually, though,
It's lots of coloring books, though.
The helmet stayed on. We know.
No,
know
they
the
it might be
helmet
the
stayed
coloring
big,
books.
big brain plays from Titans, all right? Big muscles and big brains.
It's like they're reading the books.
Muscle
Saying,
is
this is
most
pretty heavy. I could
brain
probably
is
do
most
some
important
damage with
muscle.
this. Brain is most important muscle.
They get a lot of workout by they work out their brain by hitting it against the wall a bunch. Every thunder crash.
If you hold all the books in both hands, it's like a bench.
Yeah, that's what it is. Does anybody have any good ideas for bosses and stuff?
I was just thinking that like a glitched out
I do like the
like
glitched out idea.
like a glitched out first contact team, like not specifically Ares 1, but one of like the like a glitched out team that goes to a glitched out team that like the first people who like the first of humanity who go to Venus when it's like settled thanks to the Traveler.
I was thinking Cole. What was that team that went into the Black Garden and went crazy?
Oh fuck, the Kentark 3.
Yeah, they're they just died in there, right?
No, they didn't.
No, are they stuck in there or something?
They were their bodies were never found.
Oh, okay.
Neither were their ghosts.
So that we could make that.
Weren't they corrupted by the darkness? Wasn't that a theory?
Two of them were corrupt. Well, all three of them took on the darkness powers. Two of them are corrupted. One was trying to fight them.
So, okay, here it is. The final encounter is saving the last guy, the non-corrupted guy, from the other two. We don't need to worry about the ideas of the boss, like the mechanics. We don't need to worry about that.
Down. Anyway.
Okay, so we got okay. Let's set it there. We got our jumping puzzle and our boss.
I'm fading fast, boys. I'm fading fast.
Yeah, no worries. And we'll
someone has to work in the morning.
We'll figure out the rest of it later.
Someone also has a 24-hour stream ahead of him.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, dude. Yeah, I'm stuck, man. I got 20 more hours.
Oh, fair.
I transmit you some espresso, but
speaking,
good, man. I got the G Fuel powder in the kitchen. We chilling. We chilling,
Yeah, boy.
Speaking of which, MrSweatyCasual. So you're doing your 24-hour stream as a celebration of reaching 2 milestones. But do you also want to remind people about your giveaway and like what they need to do to enter it?
Oh yeah, there we go. I say, guys, don't forget we have a giveaway. It's going over on Twitter. It's the easiest way to do it. It's just open to a lot of people. But if you go to my Twitter profile, which is at MrSweatyCasual, I have a pinned tweet for a giveaway for a Beyond Light Deluxe edition. It'll be on any platform. I'll get with the winner once they're chosen to coordinate it. But it's pretty simple. Like the tweet, retweet it, and then follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Should take you all of about maybe 5 minutes, and then you have a chance to win a free deluxe edition.
I'll throw it in the description as well, which might not work super well because sometimes it's hard to click a link in a Spotify description. But I'll throw it in there so you got some way of finding something at least.
Oh, awesome, man! I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. So sorry. Twitter and what was where can people find you again?
Oh, it's just at MrSweatyCasual. Just
Both.
at MrSweatyCasual for both Twitter and Twitch. Yeah, they're the
Nice.
same thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like that.
I keep
That's
everything the same. YouTube, Instagram's the only one that's a little different. That's like my actual name. If you want that one, we'll get it off the. Go to my Twitch, then you can steal it off my profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Just drop your real life name. In
Yeah.
chat. Yeah, it'll be fine.
You have to be somewhat committed to get that information.
Yeah, right.
All right, Starlight, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at ADP Starlight. You can find me on Xbox, Starlight Falcon. You can find me sometimes in Cole's feed on various
Yeah.
platforms, just mad trash talking him for being on console still. Hey, I hope
What can I do
I
to
hope,
deserve this?
I hope I can find the rest of you in the chat on Mr. Sweaty Casual's stream.
Shit.
Maybe sometime when I'm not dunking myself in a lake for 4 days straight. But honestly, I connected to Wi-Fi I think like 4 times, and every time it was just like, Mr. Sweaty's Casual is streaming, and I'm just like, well, fuck, I'm busy. But
Hey,
yeah,
man, stream a lot. Stream a lot. Okay.
yeah.
True. Yeah. You're doing the Lord's work.
I'm sitting in the floaty with my like my brand new phone in my lap with like no protection plan on it, proof casing, just like this
chilling.
is fine. This is totally fine.
Sorry,
That's
actually,
like
You know what my water protection plan is? A Ziploc bag, and it works fine.
Hey, dude, it does work. It 100% does. I've
Actually,
used that in the shower before to like watch like a show or something. Just stick it on the thing, stick it up on the shower rack. It works.
Yeah, man, dude. The best
Hell
one is I've got the Ziploc bag, but then I've got 2 hooks through the top of the Ziploc bag that
Wait.
have suction cups. So you just like
Oh my
suction
God.
that shit to the wall, and then it's like hands free. It's like I've got a plasma screen TV. It just pops out.
yeah, except
I mean,
it's like
every
Michael's
plastic
from
thing
The
pops
Office, where
really
it's
hard.
like fucking.
Exactly.
Cool. Where can people find you?
Yeah, y'all can find me on the Ishtar Collective because that's where I spend the most of my goddamn time these days.
Nice.
But you can actually find me on Twitter at ADP Colossus. You can also find me on Xbox. You can if you want to play some games, you can find me at the Colossus. That's a space in between the and Colossus. There's 1L, 3 S's. I can spell, bro.
Nice.
I'm tired, man. I'm fucking exhausted right now. How do I spell my own username? But yeah, that's
It's like,
about it.
look, English not so good. Okay, just
Yeah.
follow the link. Click on the link.
Just fucking words or click link. Words hard. Yeah, talk lore with me, shout lore at me, tell me why I'm wrong on some things that I probably got wrong, but actually no, I'm good at what I do. I'm not wrong.
All right.
Yeah. No,
Everyone in the chat, do the deep dive. You can find us on Spotify. I want you scrubbing second to second to find the mistakes. Tag him.
I'm in danger. But yeah, so you could also follow the main account at Podcast Destiny on Twitter. That's where
Nice.
you find the most of the stuff. I promise I'll get back to shit posting memes at some point. I just haven't had time to make any.
Alrighty. So,
Newt, what was
Newt, where can people find you?
I just asked you.
I know. I still wanted
God.
to make the joke though. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at ADP Newt. The E is a 3. I haven't been streaming a whole lot lately, but I'll try to get a little bit more into that, especially because I'm going to be recuperating from a shoulder injury that happened in a very masculine and empowering and
Oh, I'm not
Just
gonna let you forget this. It was
overall
fucking
impressive
hilarious.
way.
There was a small child trapped under a car. And I mean,
Yeah.
went over there and lifted it
Exactly.
up and
Just had to do
got
it.
his shoulder out.
Yeah,
Alright.
he was told to find that someone whipped a bottle of juice at him and dislocated his shoulder.
That's our boy. Right there.
That is not true. I was lifting it.
I told you the truth. Listen, he was saving a small child from a car that was about to crush him.
He
The man
was
is the hero.
there.
The only thing Newt was crushing was some juice.
All right. Well, that's about as best
Well,
as we're
I-
going
I
to get on
think-
this
I think-
podcast.
I think the juice crushed him, to be honest.
Nuke the juice man, baby.
All right, we're going to go
Oh,
ahead and
I actually love that.
wrap up because my
I'd love-
ego
I'd
cannot
love to-
take any more of
I
this.
want
Sorry?
to throw a gigantic thank you to the Sweaty Casual Army that showed up tonight. That was so nice to see the love in the chat and
Thanks for popping in.
the follows. It was just wonderful to have
Oh,
you
yeah.
in here.
Yeah,
so
thank
you guys are the absolute best, and y'all are the lifeblood that keeps this show going. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I should say thank you, BC Yeti, Call Me Cap, Tea Time Tibbs, Cat 420, Dino, Nyla Wrench, Storzy. Thank you so much for all the follows. Everybody on Spotify, thank you so much for listening. Every week I look forward to seeing like what crazy across the world country we've been listened to this week. So
Ooh, Croatia.
yeah, it's always something bizarre that I just did not expect at all. So thank you so much for everyone. And remember, you always have time for another
A 24-hour stream.
yeah, go sub to Mr. Sweaty Casual. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.